Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Today we are going to be taking a look at Magic Square MS-B51D. This is the IDW version or toy version of Heavy Gunner, their Brawl. And we're just going to do a quick comparison. I'm probably going to do transformation from tank to robot mode just to give the video some substance that makes it different than the original. Because other than that, there's not going to be much. Quick look around the box. You've got the nice holographic artwork on the front, Magic Square, picture of Brawl, and that's about it. Side of the box is pretty blank, very little on the back. You've got one little tiny silhouette of the alt mode, blank, and that's about it. So that being said, let's get into it. In the box you do get the typical instructions as you would expect. This time done poster style, front and back, and I have to say, these feel like a step backwards. They're not of the same, for lack of a better term, rubbery paper quality than what we've come to expect from Magic Square. So I hope this is just a fluke, not something we see in the future. But it's nice that it's there. You do get the Legend Scale trading card. This time done with the same style as the box. Very reminiscent of what we got with the Magic Square EX Prime. Just the multicolored, I guess RGB colored design on the front. It shares the same box artwork and stats and the silhouette on the back. He comes with his blaster. Pretty much the exact same thing as what we saw with the original. Not much color change. If there is, it's so minute that my 43-year-old eyes can't tell the difference. That gun does store in alt mode. He does come with the exact same cannons that do mount on his back in tank mode. Done in gray plastic. A little bit of detail added there, not much. But it is a nice accessory, as I said before. And the way that it works, it just goes together as we saw in the first one. Getting the rear cannon is not the easiest thing because it goes under these two tabs here on the back of the tank mode. The issue that you're going to have is when you go to install it, those pegs are going to want to move. So, what I recommend doing, put it in place, hold it down as securely as you can, and then take the cannon or a spudger and push right here, and you will feel those pegs work into place. And sometimes you might even hear them pop, just like that. And now you can see that peg is further up in the channel, and then you can just slide it left or right if you need to. Just bear in mind, it isn't the best fit, but it is very effective in giving that look that we're used to. Now just bring in your cannons, and there you go. See, I even ran into the issue again, but it popped back into place that time. Thank goodness. But they do add a very nice look to the tank mode. Very, very cartoon accurate looking addition. Another accessory he comes with, as before, he does get two of these lights for the tank mode. They are very small and very easily dropped, but they simply go into these holes right here. If you have fingers that are big like mine, it can be challenging, but get them in. You can adjust them if you need to, and they don't ever need to come out. They don't affect anything as far as transformation, so if you wanted to, you could even glue those in and not have to worry about it. And he does come with the foot for combine mode. It's like we saw with the other version. It's nicely done. You got some ankle pivot built in. No real actual adjustment here as far as toe tilt up and down, but you do have this assembly which allows you to adjust the toe to meet posing needs. So that's a nice addition. So you can do toe down or toe up. And the way that it works, it's very simple. You just push down on this. You've got the pegs there, and plug it in. You can shorten the barrel. You can take this guy off, bring it around, and there you have Brawl in combine mode. Very simple, yet very, very effective. So let's take a look at the alt mode. And very cartoon accurate in my opinion. You've got green plastic throughout, gray plastic on the treads and the wheels, gray plastic on the smoke screen creators, dispensers, whatever you want to call them. You've got the add-on dorsal cannons, I guess, for lack of a better term, which look really nice. You've got a lot of sculpted detail along the ridge, along the front. You've got the hatches on the top. They look really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off just so we can get a closer look at the venting on the rear. Looks really good. View from the back definitely could have been done better, but gotta make some cuts somewhere, right? Looking at the turret, the cannon does extend quite a bit. You can actually pull it out if you want to. Don't recommend it, but you can get it in and out with ease. Does also pivot up and down, but I do recommend pulling it out before you try and pivot up, because you'll just have problems on the insides. There's the view from the front and the combiner panel here, which is really well hidden. To access it, just pull down like that. View from the bottom cleans up better than most Transformers I've seen, to be honest. And yeah, there we go. He is definitely Brawl. And to be honest, I really can't tell any difference between this version and the original release. And here he is with the original version. And I have to say, I can't tell any difference at all. Can you tell me which one's which? Let me know in the comments. So let's go ahead and take a look at transformation. First off, just go ahead and take that assembly off. Collapse your cannon inside. And this is where we just start to undo panels. Undo that. Go ahead and pull it out. Undo here. And here. You can go ahead and pull these as well. Bring your hips down. For the turret, pull up, because it is connected with two pegs underneath. And then once you have those undone, pull backwards. And you can go ahead and bring this up if you want. And that's how it's going to store in robot mode. Pull up here and then pull your treads out of the way. Be careful because it is connected here as well. And we don't want to cause any unnecessary stress. You can see that peg right there where it pegs into the treads. Go ahead and bring these all the way down. pull the chest out, bring this portion out, flip, and you want to get this collapse pretty well. So as much as you can, collapse, collapse, bring this up, rotate the head, and these are on a double hinge, so make sure you feel it pivot right there. And you'll know when you have it because you will definitely feel it pop on that hinge. And then collapse. You can bring your arms down, extend, rotate, extend, rotate, and bring this section down. This helps to have the arm bent so you can move this hinge, hand out, bring it back up. So bend the arm, bring this section down, hand out, and back up. And that's pretty much it for the upper body. Now, one thing I want you to be aware of, this panel right here can come out. Don't be alarmed if it does, it just pegs back in. Now, let's focus on the legs. Go ahead and give the waist a rotate. You'll want to extend and bring this down. You can go ahead and bring the foot out, give it a twist, and that 90-degree angle, and bring out this section right here on the foot. Just bring it out as much as you can get it to go. So from here, go ahead and unpeg this, fold it in, and fold it down. This is a little soft, don't be alarmed if it comes off, it just pops right back on. Fold it in, and this will pivot around. This will pivot. Like so. Coming up here, this section folds in, and this section will fold out as well as unfold up. Bring this down, pull this, give it a flip, slide this in, these will peg in, and the feet will rotate down. There we go, just like that. All right. Last step, make sure that you have this pegged in, pegs into the top and the bottom. And just do the same thing on the other side. You'll know you have the treads right when these support holes come all the way to the back. And that is it. That is transformation from alt mode to robot mode. And that brings us to robot mode. So let's take a look. I'm going to say he's identical to the original release. If there's any difference, it's going to be in the gray coloring, but I can't see it. Maybe you can, maybe I can't. Let me know what you think in the comments. But looking at the head, you still got that magnificent orange and red paint. Head does rotate full 360, quite a bit up. Tad bit down, but you can utilize that neck joint to give it a little more. But green plastic across the shoulders, Some gray here on the chest, which looks nice. Nice detailing though. As far as the shoulders go, you can get out almost to a full 90 degrees. Does do a full 360. You've got arm rotation right above the elbow. You've got more than 90, which is surprising on his elbows, but I'll take it. Hands are on a ball, so they do rotate. Not much, but you can waggle it up a little bit. As far as the waist goes, very cartoon accurate detailing on the hips. Nice waist rotation and very nice ab crunch. You can actually get a little bit more, so almost 90 degrees, which is fantastic. Gray plastic for the legs, not much and must there. Green for the lower legs, got the detailing coming through from alt mode. As far as articulation, you can kick up to 90 degrees out to the side. Very little back, but that seems to be the standard practice with Magic Square nowadays. Doesn't really bother me much. Forward articulation on the leg gets a very decent range because you've got the hip skirts that go up underneath, exactly like we saw it before. You do have thigh rotation at the hip. You got a double jointed knee for the full run as far as the sculpt will let you take it. Coming down to the feet, gray on the insides, green on the outside, treads on the outside. I wish they could have done something a little different with this here, but that's not a killer in any way. Not a deal breaker. As far as the feet, no up or down, which is a little bit disappointing, but you do have. And here he is with the original on the right with the Decepticon logo. I can't see any difference. Let me know if there's something that I'm missing, but as of right now, there's no difference in the bots. So, final thoughts on Magic Square MS-B51D IDW version of Brawl, or some are calling it the toy version. Regardless, the differences are negligible. Coloration, articulation, detail, sculpt, everything with this is the exact same except for the foot. Can I recommend it? Yes, just like I did the original. Do you need to get both? Only if you want to. I got both because I'm going to have a version of Toon Bruticus, a version of IDW Bruticus, or Toy Bruticus, and I am going to have a version of them in robot mode as well. So I've got 3 total. I love the set. The articulation, sculpting, and just the final product is everything that we've come to expect from Magic Square as far as their recent releases. It's fantastic. I purchased mine from the showzstore.com. Check it out. Last time I looked, they had both this and the original still in stock. Just an FYI, I have both versions of Swindle. Their munition are on the way for delivery very soon as well. So look forward to that. I am. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We just broke 1,000 subscribers and we are definitely on our way to 2. And thank you for all of your support. Be sure to like, smash that bell icon so you get notified of future content. And thank you very much for watching. I will see you again next time.